Hello. How's it going, folks? I bet you missed me. We're back. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay. All right, that looks pretty good. Not too bad, not too good. Somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle. That's what we're trying to do. Okay. Let's do that just a little bit more. Try. It's like Yoda said, ain't no try, just do. Something like that, right? Okay. All right, so we get this trout carving. And the plan is we're going to dig it out with a chainsaw, basic carve. And then I'm going to finish it in the flex shaft. So we got it screwed here, held on with a handy dandy old wore out jaw vise. And let's see what we can do. Y'all be sure to hit the like button. Appreciate you guys being in here. And who we got? All right, let's see. What's going on, Plywood? Our winner from yesterday. Hello, buddy. Glad to see you. All right, bud. I'm going to get in here, start digging this thing out. I figure I probably got about 5 minutes to 10 minutes worth of digging the fish out. And then we'll take it in there and start working on it. So, a little bit at a time. This thing around. That bar is a brand new bar, so I don't know if it's going to smoke. It's an old chain though, so it's pretty loose, and it feels like it's pretty oily already. So we'll see how it goes. It might smoke a little bit. I don't want to make a fog machine like Chucker had. You know what I'm saying? Kutzall up with old Helen today. I'll tell you what, earlier she did that crap. I carved this piece over here. I'll show you in a minute when I get this dug out. And she did that one time. I mean, I'm used to her doing it like 4 or 5 times in a live, you know. But she did that one time and then she was fine the whole rest of that carving. But whatever.
Boss lady does not approve of you calling your chainsaw Helen.
Do what now?
I do not approve of you calling your chainsaw Helen.
Helen, this is Helen Keller.
No.
Well, what would you call it?
Not that.
Huh? Well, come up with something new.
Shaniqua.
Shaniqua? Okay. Shaniqua. I'll tell you what, Shaniqua is not worth a darn. I don't know why, I can't tell you. I like calling it Helen better. Everybody can relate to Helen a little better. Oh, okay, all right. Thank you. All right. All right. Well, I'm going to get back to carving.
I don't know why I still have my sunglasses on because it's actually raining.
Yeah, it's been raining all afternoon. Hey, the sun is coming out there. Okay.
What do you think? Right. What's a good name for thank you plywood?
I thought
thank
POS.
You, Dad.
Yeah, I thought POS, but I don't know. Something like that.
Oh.
I don't know. Huh? I like Helen. I like calling it Helen. I don't understand what the problem is. Do you guys understand what the problem is? Okay, we got to get back to work.
Okay, have fun.
Huh?
Have fun.
Okay, all right. You can bring me a margarita when I'm in there, okay?
Okay.
All right. Lots of ice. Very
wait. Boss lady doesn't bring margaritas. I only bring Miller Lite.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll get my own then. Whatever. About the gummies is she hadn't been in as much pain. flip it over, so it's a little easier for me to get the top side. It's just going to be easier to kind of reach over that. But anyway, these are popular. Every time we made a relief carving trout hanging piece like this, we always sell them. They're not too expensive, so I mean, they're pretty easy for people to buy. But at the same time, they're pretty popular. People like fish related stuff, especially if they're getting gifts for their husbands or, you know, whatever. And a lot of times they don't necessarily know what kind of fish their husbands like. But in my area, trout's fairly popular. So, trout, largemouth bass, walleye. Those are the ones I'd make around here. Okay. All right, let's dig it out the bottom side and keep on going. See what we got here. Be sure to hit that like button. Appreciate you guys being in there. Hey, we got Creation Dusk 777, the best chainsaw carver in the world. What's going on, Mark? Glad to see you. John, Billy, Ray, what's going on, guys? Glad to see y'all in here. Heck yeah. All right, let's keep on going. Anyway, flipping back over again, and realistically, that's about all we're going to do with the saw. I'll probably go right to the flex shaft to finish the screw. Man, that nail's got pretty double about 4 inches at this point. That's all right. Well, we can cut him down a little bit. We can cut down the edges a little bit with the saw, but realistically, I'll probably do him with the flex shaft for the most part in there, but we'll take and sand him down. You can take a flat disc and clean this up in a really short period of time, and so I'm going to do that next. That outer edge looks pretty nice, and I can't really see no reason to push it with the saw and end up taking too much off and then regret it. But anyway, I can get that a little closer too. Now let's see. There we go. Keep that up there and then get it in the flex shaft here in a second. But I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up. And Mars E's not out here, but I do have Hopefully there ain't no bugs in it. I do have one of these filter type masks I can work. Alright, let's see how it goes. The old boss lady, she's having to get something. I'm just making fun of her. Silly chick. Alright.
Well, this wood is actually wood that came from Big Mac. He gave it to Cat, and Cat gave it to me. Speaking of Cat, I haven't seen her in about a week. Hope she's doing okay. Cat was one of our members, very awesome person. One thing I've learned, when you get that burn like that, it's because this disc is so gummed up. But that's it, I mean, it's gonna hurt, you know. Especially on this stuff. Poplar is really good to work with. I like working on poplar. I'll tell you what though, it's all hard with these chains though. Alright. Well, it's good enough for going that work anyway. That's it. So we're going to take this dude off there.
Take this mask off. We'll take this dude off there, take it in there, and hit it and start working on a flex shaft. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing pretty good. I see we were already up to 42 likes or something like that. That's pretty awesome. Appreciate you guys watching, tuning in. I don't care if you come in, tell me I'm horrible, as long as you pop in and hit the like button. How about that? And say, this guy's the worst guy we've ever seen. But we like to hit his like button. I'm okay with that. Turn the thumbs off, so I ain't gonna need that anymore. I'm not gonna need any of this stuff. Lights out in the shop. Okay. All right, let's carry this dude in there at the flex shaft. And hey, hope everybody's doing pretty good today. And man, I mean, this whole afternoon it's rained pretty heavily. No wind though. I mean, like yesterday, I think we got hit by a tornado, but you know, I mean, they didn't say that, so whatever. It's just a speculative. But you know, just at least we didn't have a wind today. We didn't have really any wind at all when it come right down to it. Let's see what we got. Hey, Pilato, what's going on? Tongue Tang Tang said hi. All right. Hey, Matthew, what's going on, buddy? Glad to see you. Like button activated. You're horrible. I like that. What's going on? Perry Lowe Jr., the carving wizard. Glad to see you, buddy. Okay, let me see if I can't get this in the right position here at the flex shaft. And my battery's good because I ain't really used my phone pretty much all day. I haven't really used it. Now, one thing I can tell you, when you're using a big piece like this, these holes don't get much, so I'm just gonna take what I can get. Also, I gotta run a fan because it's a little warm in here. Man, look at that. Already collecting. I've noticed this poplar. That's one thing about poplars. It's pretty daggone dusty. Well, let me get some stuff going here real quick. I'll get the dust control going. My dust collector. I need to get a fan going on in here a little bit. Maybe the boss lady will be nice and bring me a Miller Lite this time. I don't know, but I kind of doubt it. I don't really need it. I did have a margarita earlier, and that said, I'm still safe to operate machinery. I think I'm okay. I checked my blood alcohol rating. It was like at a 0.0011774238. And yes, this guy is lying to you, but if you're okay with that, I'm okay with it too. Okay. So I'll comb this body down. I think I will use this guy here. I said that yesterday, and it just wasn't fast enough. So you're just really better off to go with the flamer burr. But that said, I want to keep my wide shot out. And let's get it done. 70 likes already. You guys are pretty awesome. I don't care what your mom said about you. Okay. And you know what she said. I guarantee you do. Everything. Oh, Johnny, he was such a good guy. The only thing I can understand, I couldn't understand why his socks were like this. All right, let me get my RC out. Heck yeah, got this T Rhinestone Suzanne's link. All right. Well, my little KUTZALL Burrs. You can also get them through Wowie's Workshop. I like Wowie too. Forget people, both of them. All right, let's see here. Get that just about there. Let's see what we can get out of this guy. That's okay. That's what happens when you're stupid. same thing as me. Man, I wonder why he keeps bouncing that thing back and forth like that. Man, 81 likes already. That's or 82 likes already. That's pretty awesome. Appreciate you guys being in there. All right, let's keep right on and rocking. On a carbon like this, you know, how much should that sell for? At a minimum, around $100. And some people would want a heck of a lot more. Tim List asked me today what this was, what VEVOR model. This is a 780 watt. It'll take a 6 millimeter or a quarter burr. So you can use your same burrs you'd use for chainsaw carving. You can use for in this die grinder as well. But I got the 8s just because they're lighter. They're probably easier on the table. I'm assuming. I don't know.
right now it's kind of working out the outline, and that's going pretty good. Heck, we got up to 100 likes already. That's pretty daggone awesome. If you haven't hit the like button already, be sure to hit it. We appreciate you. Okay, keep digging. Trying to get the edges. Before I work on the fish, trying to get the edges down. That's pretty daggone dusty. Heck yeah. Clean that dude up. Okay. Alright, so we got the basic shape cut out. I'm going to start digging some of these lines out. And that'll go, I'm going to go with my, there it is, pointy coarse burr first to get to that. See how that goes. What do I do with my chuck?
the way I've been moving this around, oh, I see. I'm not going, and I am not shocked by that at all. Okay, get that burr out of there. That's it. Hell, we did pretty good here for 47 minutes, 111 likes. Appreciate that, guys. Pretty daggone awesome. Keep digging this fish NATO out of here. All right.
Like Prince the night owl. So we got Phoebe and Prince.
That have not seen the boss lady, she really does look like Phoebe from I would skip over it, but I just thought, man, you know, for the case of accuracy, try to put it in there as best you can. It makes it look better if you try to be accurate, you know what I mean? Let's do it. Keep right on around. And I'm going to use a thinner piece to do that. So we'll get it out. Get to working on it now. We use this little pointy burr right here. It's kind of like a medium fine type burr. It's the only burr that I have that is not a KUTZALL burr. Every other burr I use is. That dude landed on my head. Whatever it is. I don't know what kind of bug it is, but it landed on my head. All right. Pretty good. I don't know what the visual is for you guys. Yeah, it's pretty good. You know, they're looking pretty. They're looking all right. Yeah. I can zoom it in. hard to pull that second line in. It's a little on the tricky side, but we managed it. All right, I'm gonna brush that dude off. And so the little specks that's in the skin, and they're usually black, that a rainbow trout or generally any trout would have, I think I'm gonna cut them in with that same burr. And instead of just painting them, I think it would be more permanent and a good guide for the paint. It's more work, but you know, I mean, it just make it look better. You could even get by without painting it. The burn might dictate that you could get by without even doing it. But man, 146 likes, that's pretty awesome. I wonder if we'll reach 200 by the time we're done here. We'll see. All right, we'll keep right on going. Appreciate you guys. Dots here and here, like on the fins or the line, couple lines, but I'm going to skim them across with a paintbrush when I do. I just think that's going to, the result would be better than cutting those holes in there on those fins. I don't think that'd look as good as just painting them on. So that's what we'll do with the fins anyway. All right, so time to give this dude some eyes. I'm going to go with 2 sizes. Actually, looking at it, I need to go out there to the shanty and grab one that's a little bit bigger than that. That's a quarter. Let me run out there real quick. I shall return. Okay, let's see. I got back there. It took me a minute to find them. I hid them from myself. Can you believe that? It's always when the guy disappears that everybody's like, oh, heck, we're out. Let's see. And I can't help but think, like that socket might be a little big. I don't know. I hit my head on the thing. I don't know. Maybe that's not so bad. Let's cut it in and find out. It's going to be, it's not going to be a full-on eye gouge. It's going to be kind of a eye socket setting. And that one looks perfect. Okay, let's do that one. So anyway, like I said, this thing will take quarter. So I do like this one. And I mean, it was very inexpensive. I've had to change the cable out once. That's it. And it was because of something stupid I did. It wasn't anything to do with the cable. And all these cables are pretty common. Let me put these back in so I don't end up losing them. Put them away. Like I said, remember there. Okay. Let's get the high end ones here. Let's get the socket right here. Now, take that out and we'll use this little one to actually give him his eyeball. We'll put it kind of forward and low like that. And then I think that's going to look pretty daggone good. Now this one will be going all the way home with it. I'm going to be careful, man. That thing's got hot. I can set that box on fire if I get it too hot. But these eye cutters get pretty warm. That's pretty neat stuff, Ed. Hey, 161 likes. Am I reading that right? Yeah, it's not so bad for just barely being an hour. It's pretty good. Let's see. That look pretty straight? Yeah, I think that's good. All right, let's get it in there. Hey, baby kisses. I seen you in there. Try to clean that up. What happened was it dug down in there too low where that thing was water galled. So I'm going to take that back out and try to clean up that socket. Actually, I wonder if I just took... Yeah, I don't know. Let's find out. I'm all for a little bit of experiment here. Let's see how it goes. It probably don't look that bad on there. And it's not that bad. It's not what I was after, but only because that thing was... Yeah, that's not so bad. I can take and clean some of the front of it out with that coarse burr. Kind of make him look mean even a little bit. What the heck, right? Heck yeah. Alright, set that back in there. Put that back in there so I don't lose it. I need to tighten that thing up considerably. Don't I? But that's the way it goes. I mean, you bounce back and forth between the eighth and the quarter. It's kind of a headache, so you're better off just to have all eighth. But you can use a quarter, and that's why I wanted this one originally, was because you could use a quarter. But now that I bought eighth, it don't really matter. real quick. Well, I had it in there. And then kind of sand him off with this pad, which is a cheap wearer pad, but I'll tell you what, it does a really good job cleaning this thing up. Let's see what we got. I know we got 168 likes, a little over an hour. That's pretty cool. Take that. Switch over the pad, clean it up, and then I'm going to paint this dude. Actually, I have to burn it a little bit, get the frills off, you know, the frilly little stuff that is left over off of it, and then we'll paint it, which gives me another reason to go out there in the shanty, because my striker's in the shanty. Go back out there. Once the boss lady walks back out, she's always got a lighter. Heck yeah. Let's clean this dude up. I gotta go easy with this. Every time I use this, I overdo it. I need to be fast. I would be way better off if I had a selector switch instead of the foot pedal, because the variability. And it don't help when wearing flip flops. I just took them off. Took that one off. Looks like right here. Yeah, I know. I forgot to put my mask on. You believe that? I can believe that. Because I'm dumb. Okay, I got it all. Alright, let's see if we can't brush this dude off and burn it. And, oh, I want to clean them lips up a little bit. Just knocks that original wood off. I guess it really could use it around the edges too. But he's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy for a little over an hour how this has come out. You know, chainsaw makes a big deal. Difference. When you get something like this done. You can release the part of this whole thing, but it makes it 3 times as long. Put some fire to this dude. I'll have to go get my striker to do it. We'll get him straightened out. Let me take this off first. Take that off, push all that stuff over to the side. And I can turn that dust system on. Okay, I think we can live without the dust collector. Let me grab my striker real quick so I can start that. Like that baby up. Let's look at the bright side. Turns anything out here. That's always good. Yeah, we made this last night. It's a little guy we made last night, jacking around after we had our members live stream giveaway. And actually, Plywood emailed me. He was our member winner, and he's going to take this little bear. So that's what he wants. I got to mail it to him. Get that out this. Actually, it'll be Tuesday, Plywood, if you're in there. I got to go to Finley Monday, so it'll be Monday. Okay. All right. Let's burn like the, and I don't want to get down in my wood, so I'm going to be, or in my plate, so I don't want to get too carried away. I don't know how this is going to go with that. Find out. Hey, that looks right there. All right? Okay. I don't know. You might like the burn more. I don't know. Oh. Let me turn that fan on. It's not making it easier, I can tell you that. Okay. I don't know. I think I like this enough to leave it like that. What do you guys think? Quick poll. Should I paint it or leave it burnt like that? The only thing I can tell you is, like these here, I'll still want to come in and do those black. So what do you guys think? Uh-oh, somebody gave us $2. I didn't get to see who it was. Let's see if we can see. Let's see. Hey, Muddy Mud Dog. Hey, that's awesome, my man. I appreciate that. Good deal, man. The test mode works. Heck yeah. That's cool. And heck, we picked up a new member yesterday in our Bears Schmucksters category, which is the $1.99 category. Mike is making stuff. He became a new member yesterday. That was pretty awesome. All right. I just thought I'd make that up because just coming to realization, you know, you got to kind of realize that, you know, most people, anything over $2 is kind of, you know, it's kind of a lot, you know, really. Especially when you add them up. I know, because I got like, I don't know. Right now, I think I got 7 or 8 people. I'm members too. And it adds up quick. But yeah, hey, we appreciate that, Muddy Mud Dog. I'm really thinking I'm going to do that bear tomorrow. Sometime in the morning. I'm going to start with the head. And the thing is, I don't have any scaffolding. So I had to come up with a creative way to do that, to do the head, or do the, you know, the higher section. So I had to get that higher section all done and then take all that back apart. That's what I'm looking at. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I think that thing looks pretty good like that. Should I paint it? Or should I'm trying to look and see. So let's get some partial paint. I don't know about that, Rusty. I'm not sure how to partial paint it, honestly. With something like this, you either paint it or you don't paint it. The trout. I don't know how you would partially paint this particular type of painting or type of carving. I don't know. But I do know this much. I'm going to paint in these cracks. I'm going to do that right now. I might as well. They're going to be black. Let me dig that out. And, yeah. That'll be that. I'll do this side first. And heck yeah. I just think it looks good. You paint these grooves in, it makes them pop. But you guys that are no paint may say, once you see it like that, you may say, oh no, you got to paint it now. I don't know. We'll have to find out. I just know I'm going to paint them grooves. Let's see. Any other comments on that? Hey, I appreciate that, Matthew. Looks good like it is. Is that what you're saying? Heck, I can always make another one and paint it. You know, it's not. But it's a fun project. I mean, that's a fun carve. I mean, I got an hour and something in there, something like that. Uh-oh, somebody, hey, Roger, he gave us $100 in his money. That's awesome, Roger. I sure appreciate that, buddy. Heck yeah. Now, I'm a member of Roger's channel. I really like Roger Bendigo Hana. He's a hard-working dude. He's my age. He's he's a year older than me. Roger is 50, and he is such a good wood turner. It's insane how good a job he does at making handles for shovels and things like that. He is just amazing at it. And I sure appreciate that, Roger. Okay, let's pull this through. And Roger, if you're going to live stream tonight, I'm about done. Just so you know, and then I'll be watching you. I'm just going to pull these black lines through, and then we'll think about it. But I think sometime tomorrow, it'd probably be in the morning if I did it. I think I'm going to start on that bear. I did a cardinal on a small dead tree with like the tree was half in the water, and then there's a trout underneath the cardinal swimming today. And it's kind of a neat piece, but I just did all the chainsaw carving. It's going to have to dry quite a bit. A lot of this wood I got is pretty wet. But that's life, right? But anyway, you guys may say, oh, you got to paint that. And if that's the case, then maybe. So next week, I'm not going to be able to live stream at all next weekend. So I'm probably going to have a pretty active first couple of days this coming week to make up for it. That's what I'm thinking. But I want to try to make it fit so that I'm done by the time, like, Woodchucker would get on, or LJ, somebody like that. And actually, Wednesday, Wowie is on from 5 to 7. Creation does 7, 7, 7 does 2 to 5. And then Wowie does 5 to 7. And this particular Wednesday, I would be able to do like 7 to dark or something. Chainsaw carving. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Because there's other people, like I know by then about dark, about 9:30 or so, LJ gets on. And I had to check with Caleb, see what he's doing this week too, if he's got any plans. Because I don't want to hose nobody, but I would like to get some extra lives in. If I could, since I'm not going to be able to do it next weekend. Let's see. I really like doing these like this. I think it makes it look really good. And I'll let it dry, and I'll probably come back through and do one more sanding to get that burn out. And that's if I don't decide to paint it after the fact. I don't know. Somebody might send me an email and say, "You must paint it, Mr. Bear. I cannot believe you would not paint that. What's wrong with you?" And I'll say, oh, okay. I guess I better paint it then, right? And actually, I kind of want to be that channel that does a little bit, does different stuff, but it's all related. Like the carving, flex shaft carving, chainsaw carving, which chainsaw carvings are main thing. And my channel is about me learning the chainsaw carve. That said, I do want to do that kind of channel where I do stuff that's blended like this. This is chainsaw carving turned into flex shaft carving with some painting in it. I think that those different art forms all linked together appeals to a broad array of people. But anyhow, see, we still got some saw marks in there, but I don't think I'm going to worry about that. I mean, all in all, I think this thing looks pretty good. Just like it is. Let me set this extra. I'm going to throw this paint away before I end up getting it on myself somehow. Okay. Which it was a lot of paint to throw away. I could have went through and did all my specs, but I had to do my body in the eye. But I think it looks pretty good just like that. Realistically, not too bad. So we got 185 likes, man. That's pretty good. I'll take that. And looks like somebody else. We might have got another... super. That's pretty cool, guys. I appreciate that. Okay, so here's what we got. I can't even really see him. You have to see him like that to see the whole thing. And there was one more light. I didn't turn this light on. That'll help. I never turned that light on. But I mean, that's kind of it for now, unless I decide to paint him. I think he looks pretty good. But let's see what we got here. All right, 185 likes. What's going on, baby kisses? The fish never turns out. Man, it's hard to believe because you're good. Yeah, clear coat. Yeah, I agree, Matthew. You're right. Hey, that's cool, Rusty. We're just glad you hear it all, man. No problem with me. What do we got? Maria Magdalena. Hey, I appreciate that. That's awesome. I'm not sure what the stop sign's about there, but let's see what we got here. What did Jen say? I've been listening. Ancient aliens and painting old okay, yeah. Grandparents, yeah. Had siblings were little. Heck yeah, yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Heck yeah. But that's what we got. Was an old red stain, decorated the scratches. Man, Jen, you talk about scratches. You ought to see my our table in our living room, or dining room, I should say. So my Siberian Husky, it's one of those high tops, and he would jump up on a high top bench. It had one bench, and then he would get on the table. And you know, once he's been on there once, it scratched it up. I'll just let him keep doing it. And he would get up on the table and he would stand on that high top table and look out the windows for deer and stuff. You know, it's just, oh, goofy dog. But it was what it was. Heck yeah. But yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, email him. Yeah. Plywood lives real close to me, Perry. But that's what we got. What do you think, boss lady? Look all right?
Yep.
You can come in here to tell us how to do it? Got any suggestions on how to finish this?
What's up with the black paint?
Huh? What?
What's up with the black paint?
To fill those cracks in, to makes it, you know, like the Highland cow over there. If you look at them, it's got the black paint in the.
Does the fish swim in black water?
What?
Does the fish swim?
The fish swim in black water? No, but they would hang. It could hang on a black wall, right? I don't know.
Who's that guy
What?
you listen to in bed late at night?
What?
Who's the guy that you listen to in bed late at night?
There's all kinds of them.
No.
There's Chucker,
No.
LJ,
I know Checker.
and I watch Raja,
The Raja.
which Raja don't say much though. Well, who else? What are you talking about?
The other guy.
Huh?
You know.
I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who you're talking about.
Yes, you do.
I don't have any
He
idea.
drinks Miller Lite like you.
Oh, you're talking about Dan, Elegant Woodcraft. Yeah,
Oh, is he on
we've been
here?
getting a kick out of Dan. That's who she's talking about.
He don't
He's not in here though. No, he's not in here. He's probably out
Hi,
here
guys.
on here himself. People out here shooting fireworks. Look at that. There's $2 from Baby Kisses. $100 from Raja. I think it's a
Oh,
$1.17
Raja,
or
you're so
something like that.
sweet.
That's pretty awesome. And Muddy Mud Dog, he gives $2. That's pretty cool. Super chat. He called it test mode. Heck yeah. But that's what we got. Yeah, look at that. Boss
Where
lady,
the wind
heart.
blows. Wait, who's that?
That's Baby Kisses.
Oh, hi, baby kisses.
All right. Hey, and Maria, let's see, it's Magdalena. Hey, what's the last part of your last name? It's Hazanuta Pata. I can't, I don't know. We're going to call you Maria. That's going to be the easy part. We won't get it wrong that way. But that's what we got. All right, guys, we appreciate y'all being in here. And I think I'm going to start that 6-foot bear, probably be like 9 o'clock in the morning or something like that, or to be in the evening. I don't know. I'm just not sure, but I'm going to start it tomorrow. That's what I can tell you. Heck yeah. So somebody said, hi, my girl.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey. Okay, hey, man, this ain't Thailand. All right. All right, guys, that's what we know. Come back when you can stay later, you schmucks.